our brains and our bank accounts say, for the love of God, guys, go to Spain.
But our heart is always in Greece.
Greetings from the Greece, and you are listening or watching a new podcast episode. And this episode is a little different. Do you know why?
We have a drinking game.
Yay! Are you excited for the drinking game? I am.
So we are comparing Greece and Spain.
Which country is better for van life?
In the winter time, we have things that we compare, and then we have a red wine for Spain and white wine for Greece.
Yeah, and we will vote which is the better, and we got different sections which we think is important when you live in a van.
So let's start with the most important one when you are choosing your place to spend the winter. So temperature and weather. Which one is better?
In Greece or in Spain? Let's vote. Yay, we both voted for Spain. Let's have a sip. Spain is really warm. And if it's not warm, it's still sunny.
So when you are living in a van, even cold days when it's sunny, your van gets quite toasty.
Excellent red wine. Mm.
And also in Greece, in general, it's much colder.
Windier. It can get really stormy, like danger level storms.
And also there is lots of more rain in Greece.
Yeah.
This winter has been totally different game. It has been summer weather the whole winter in Greece.
Extremely warm.
But in general, Spain is always better, at least the Costa del Sol. When you are choosing which country you are spending winter, of course, how easy it is one of the factors. I think one of the most important ones.
About services.
Yes. Which country, Greece or Spain, has better services for motorhomes?
Let's vote. Spain again. Yeah, there's a lot of camper stops in Spain that are totally free, where you can get water and empty your camper van tanks.
So in that sense, it's much better. You don't have to rely on these pits behind the toilets or behind the tavernas as in Greece. Usually if you are trying to find empty spot for cassette toilet in Greece, you must ask from the taverna owner to empty their pit.
Yeah.
Or go to the beach toilet behind there and empty the toilet there or in motorways.
It's doable, but it's a little bit trickier. A lot of people travel with 2 or 3 separate cassettes in Greece. So when they find a place to dump it, they dump all of them.
Yes. So much easier to actually, in that sense, go to Spain. But we have composting toilets, so we don't have worries of that kind.
Exactly.
Another one is water. You have to fill the tanks quite often.
Water is the essence of life.
And the essence of van life. So which country is easier to find water?
Let's vote. Okay, we both voted for Greece. There's a lot of water options in Greece. Totally free taps in the mountains and in the villages and towns.
And more spring water. In Spain, I think most of the time we filled up our tanks from the motorhome stops, while in Greece, every town has a water tap which we can get perfectly good water. And I think in Greece, the water in general is better quality and better tasting. So in Spain, many people will buy bottled water just because the taste of the water.
Yeah.
Here in Greece, I haven't found any bad water. So it's totally different game. This is kind of bias subject, but we had some problems with our service in Spain. But which country has better caravan or Fiat Ducato services?
Let's vote.
You chose Spain.
Yeah, I did. Even they kind of fucked our van, but there's so much more places to get maintenance done in Spain.
Yeah, that's true. They have dozens of motorhome services there, while in Greece there is 5 or 10.
Yeah.
But I think what comes to the Fiat Ducato, it's much better in Greece, and I have more trust in Greek mechanics than Spanish.
Yeah, the overall the Eastern European work mentality is so much better than the mañana vibe that is in Spain.
In Greece, we haven't had any problems with the services. They are good and quality guys doing quality job.
Yeah.
Another one, which is for us, it's really important, is internet. Even this video is uploaded to you, to internet. So which country has better internet, Greece or Spain?
I voted for Spain because Spain has cheaper SIM cards, unlimited data.
So in Spain you can get internet for 20 euros. Here it costs 25 to 30 euros. But why I chose Greece is because it's 5G connection here at prepaid, and it's faster. It's faster in mountainous area, and there ain't that much areas in Greece where you don't have any reception.
Yeah.
And
it has worked really great for us. And Joni likes to play computer games that needs to have like a top-notch connection and zero lag. So Greece has been amazing place for that.
And also in Greece we have been enjoying lots of beach life, and the beach internet is the capacity is for summer months. And winter months where there's nobody else, we can have all the capacity what is there.
That's true. That's very valid point. Yeah. I vote for Greece now. This is our game. We can change the rules.
We want to be aware of our surroundings and nature. So recycling is one thing that we always look for in different countries when we enter them.
Yeah, and we are really happy to see if some country do recycle their waste. And so much easier for us because we live in a compact space without trash. So we need to know where we can dispose them correct way.
So which country has better recycling?
Let's vote. Yay, Spain. So Spain does recycle quite well, and they do empty their bins every day, which is amazing to see.
And also in bigger cities and smaller towns there is always recycle bins. And they recycle more, and they have more different kind of recycle bins that you can use. While in Greece, the recycle is done only in the bigger cities.
Yeah, unfortunately. So in the countrysides and in the small villages and in the mountains, everything goes to the same bin and landfill. It's not good.
We are on the road. And
we are living on the road.
And that is an important aspect of our life. So which country has better roads?
Again, we did voted for Spain. Spain road network is very sparse. So there's roads going everywhere. So it's amazing when you live in a camper van, you can actually drive everywhere.
And also the quality of roads are much better, even those that are not toll roads. You can be sure that even in the mountainous area there's perfect roads going everywhere. Compared to Greece, in wintertime especially, the roads are horrible.
Yeah, and they don't shut down any mountain roads, but they are really bad condition. They don't do any maintenance, so it's really dangerous to drive there.
There's no barriers anywhere. The tarmac might be falling apart and going to the gorge beside it, and there's landslides that are not cleaned. There is bridges that are half collapsed.
Yeah, and one of the most steepest roads that we have driven is in Greece.
Yeah.
They are crazy.
They are much steeper and worse condition.
Yeah, and also Greece has quite a lot of highway tolls, so you need to pay if you want to drive the highways.
And also, we are on the road with everyone else. So, how is the driving culture? Which country has better driving culture, Spain or Greece?
Let's vote. Yeah. So we both voted for Greece. I think Greek people drive better. They are better drivers.
And they are also really calm when they are driving. They are not like maniacs that you can see in Spain. Yes, there are more drivers in Spain, but still, if you go to cities in Greece, there are a lot of drivers there. But it works much better.
Yeah.
The drivers are better, and also it's much more safer to drive in Greece than in Spain.
Also, I think Greek drivers are more polite because they don't lose their minds. They stay calm and they wait till you manage to get off the tight spot or something like.
Yeah, they look for other drivers how they drive
and they feel sorry for you. I feel.
Yeah, but it feels much better to drive in Greece than in Spain. We are also in contact with people, not in our videos because it's really hard to get any videos of
locals.
Because
people don't want to be on camera. That's a sad fact.
But which country has better language skills?
When we mean language skills, we mean like
communicating with us.
Yeah. Yes, let's vote. Okay. A trick question. We both voted for Greece because Greek people know how to speak English because Greek language is extremely hard and usually tourists and other people cannot speak their language.
So they are really easy to talk with. Yeah, I think most of people have talked at least good English or barely English, but still we have managed to talk things that we needed.
Yeah, and in Spain when you talk with somebody, they assume that you know Spanish and then they get kind of upset if you don't understand the Spanish. But also learning Spanish is so much easier than learning Greek.
Yeah, that's true. In a couple of months you can actually learn Spanish beginnings and you can actually cooperate with people in Spanish.
Yeah.
But in Greek language, you cannot. It takes years.
Yeah, it's hard language.
It's really hard language. We have actually tried to learn some Greek, but it's like wall in front of you. Like, ooh, this is hard. The Finnish language is hard, but Greek language is also hard. But yeah, Greek people in general, they talk really good English.
Yeah.
Or at least we always manage with our hands.
But I think it's part of that in Western Europe. There is a lot of these big nations like France and Spain and Germany, and people just expect everybody else to speak always their language. So they don't even bother to learn English. But when you go to the eastern part of Europe and here in the south, people know that nobody is going to learn my language. It's so hard and so small nation. So that's why I have no option but to speak English.
Yeah, locals.
Let's talk about the locals more.
So,
very touchy subject.
Yes. Which country has more friendly, or what do you like of them?
Yeah, and this is something horrible if we put people
on the ranks, but I think we
have
vote
to vote
now.
Yeah.
Yes.
Da.
Greek. So both took the Greek.
Yeah. In Spain, people really concentrate the energy and loving in the family, la familia. But in Greece, you are part of the familia.
Even from the day one.
Yeah, even you're a total stranger and come from out of nowhere. They immediately take you in their arms and you feel very welcomed everywhere.
Yeah, both of the people are really friendly. We have had really good experiences in Spain and in Greece.
Yeah.
I don't know. It's really hard to explain, but still in Greece...
There's tiny tone difference.
But Greek people, they take you in their arms and in their family, like...
right away.
Right away, and it gives us a really warm feeling. And Greece feels like home after
Yeah,
people.
that's true.
And we are doing mainly wild camping in Spain and in Greece. So one thing that we have to vote, which country is better for wild camping? This is the easiest vote ever. Like both of the countries are mountainous. So there's a lot of mountains and you can find really nice places in the nature. And in any country, it's really easy to wild camp in the nature. What comes the difference when you go to the beaches or some more touristic areas?
Then it counts.
Then it counts. In Greece, you can find every night, if you want, in the winter time, nice beach place where you don't disturb anyone in the middle of nature.
Yeah, so you don't even have to park in the parking lot or towns or villages or popular beaches.
But you can always find your own peace of mind in the beach.
Private beach.
Yes. So that's why the Greece is much better. What comes to laws, in Greece, it's illegal to wild camp, but not illegal in Spain. So still we choose Greece.
Yeah.
It's really nice to spend winters in Greece compared to Spain.
Well, both are excellent, but in this wild camping aspect, yes, Greece for win.
Yes. So which country has more nicer historic sites?
This is a trick question, but okay. Of course, it's a Greece. So much ancient archaeological sites.
Wherever you go, wherever you see, wherever you go in the maps, you see ancient things. Old towns, old farms, or castles.
They are everywhere.
So it's really nice to actually travel in Greece because you can take any road and there is some temple of something. We love to be in nature. We love nature sites and hiking routes. So which country has better hiking routes and nature sites? Greece or Spain?
I will vote for Spain.
I don't know. I've been thinking. Maybe I take Greece.
Okay. First drink. I will say Spain because I think Spain is a little more versatile. It has two seas, Atlantic and Mediterranean, and Greece only has Mediterranean. And Pyrenees region in Spain is gorgeous. We did spend there almost 7 months a few years ago. And it's just so stunning because there's glaciers and mountains and valleys and pristine clear rivers and lakes. I love it. Yeah.
I'm taking Greece because, there was really nice hiking routes and nature sites in Spain, and we loved them.
Yeah.
But still, Greece, these couple of hikes that we have done, they have been really nice, and we haven't actually touched even the surface of mountains area of Greece.
Yeah, because we just came here from the beach.
Yes, we have been spending the whole time in beach, so this couple of weeks that we have spent in the mountains area has been really great.
I would say Greece has some old wild nature. Nature sites in Spain are more organized. So there's paths and parking areas and clearly market routes, and they kind of lack in Greece.
So you are in
the adventure
and nature yourself.
Yeah.
When you're going to hiking routes in Greece.
Yeah, that's for sure. Yeah, and you are more alone here in Greece. So maybe, I don't know, should I change my...
No, let's say if you change it after this summer.
Yeah,
because
maybe.
We are planning to spend this summer in Greek mountains area. So let's see what kind of hiking routes we find.
Yeah, and what kind of nature. We are so excited about that one. But yeah, both countries are excellent nature places. So amazing. And when you think about the Greece or Spain, usually you just think about the beaches and tourist destination, but there's so much more.
In Spain, 70% of the land mass is mountains, and in Greece, it's 80%.
Yeah.
So most of the land mass is mountains area. Of course, prices are one of the things that are always talking, at least to us.
Because we are budget traveling and it is something really important to us.
So, which country has better prices? When it comes to food and diesel and general.
Yeah, okay, let's vote. It was easy. We both voted for Spain. Spain is so much cheaper country.
Yeah, we spent less in grocery stores, and also in general we spent less
in diesel, laundry, everything costs so much less.
I think the price range in Greece is somewhere between Spain and Finland. So there is a really large gap, and the Greece is in the middle.
Yeah.
And the inflation has been here much worse than in Spain, so it makes the
difference. Yeah, it shows really.
Yeah, in Spain the diesel is like 30 to 40 cents more less than in Greece, and also the food is pricier.
Everything just costs more here.
Yeah, so that's why it's really easy to
choose Spain.
The food.
We are foodies.
So we always compare food. Let's compare first the restaurants. Which has better restaurants, Greece or Spain?
Okay. We both voted for Greece. We think Greek restaurants have excellent price and quality ratio. And the food there is made with a passion. The ingredients are fresh. Service is good. It's amazing food.
So I think the same. When you go to Greece in restaurant, you can actually be sure that you get good food that is decent priced. And I don't know. Sometimes in Spain you don't know what you get. You might get really good food or bad food in the same restaurant in a different time.
Yeah, depends.
So we don't like that. We want to know what we get.
Yeah.
So that's why Greece is much better. Grocery stores in both countries.
Yeah, we cook almost all our meals in our camper van, so this really means a lot to us.
So, which country has better grocery store, Spain or Greece?
Both of us voted for Spain. Both of countries have a Lidl, which we absolutely love, but I think Lidl in Spain is so much better. The prices are cheaper, the selection is better overall. There's more Lidls in Spain. Also, there's this Mercadona chain, which is excellent for food. There's all our favorite foods. You can find fresh fish almost every grocery store in Spain, which is amazing. I really love the markets in Spain.
I think that what comes the difference when you go to Mercadona. Greece don't have Mercadonas. All other than Lidl, they are like Nestle brand stores.
Yeah.
There's lots of like Nestle brand
Unilever,
stuff.
everything, Canet, multi-million brand stuff.
So when you go to Spain, there's local stuff in the Mercadonas and Lidl. But still, I think the Spain has much more better grocery store in general.
But I have to say there's a lot of like local farm markets, but they are mainly during the summer. And we have been in Greece during the winter, so we don't really know about the fresh market yet.
We are drinking wine in here, so also alcohol. Which country has better alcohol selection?
Yeah, and now we don't compare these drinks.
But
overall. Yeah, let's vote. We both voted for Spain. Spain has excellent wines. We have found a few somewhat good wines in Greece too, but most of them have this tiny taste. It's kind of unique taste, almost like Retsina. It's not that good as the Spanish or French wines.
Yeah, when you go to the Spanish grocery store, you can find always good wines, and little bit of testing and find the great wines. But great wines are not here in Greece.
Yeah.
Usually they are Spanish or French wines.
Yeah.
The really good wines. And also, if you think about Spanish beers, I think they are more better. When you come to Greece, you can get this Balkan bulk beers.
Yeah.
I don't like them that much.
Yeah, and the selection overall is so much.
Dinner.
Yeah, here.
So when you go to Spain, you can always find good beers and also some IPAs and everything else. So here the craft beer is like some red beer. That's it.
Yeah.
So in general, alcohol selection is better in Spain.
And also the prices in alcohol, they are ridiculous cheap in Spain.
Yeah, it's stupid. But yeah, have to give one thumbs up for Greece for ouzo. Ouzo is really Finnish flavor. It's like a
Licorice, anise.
yes. I'm really surprised that in Greece there ain't that much licorice products because ouzo is it's really Finnish taste.
That's true.
But that is all the subjects that we went through and compared Spain and Greece.
Let's make a little recap. I think overall, if you prefer more Western vibe and you feel more safer in Western countries where the services are, then maybe Spain is better option for you. But if you like the more wild vibe and being in the nature and being alone and you need to manage the situations yourself and be a little creative and meet the lovely locals, then Greece is better country for you.
I have to agree on those everything. And it summarizes really great all the things that we said before.
And we are a little bit biased because we are from Finland and I think Finland is quite easternish country. So we feel so much more home here in Greece than we did in Spain.
Yeah, I think that is the biggest thing. When we come to Greece, we feel like home.
Peloponnes is our home.
Peloponnes is our home. When we go to Spain, we are traveling.
Yeah, that's true.
So, thank you for listening to our podcast.
Yeah.
And see you next time.
See you here in Greece. Or maybe in Spain. Bye.
Bye.